We're here with Dorothy Turner. You received a visit from the state of Texas just this week, right?
No, last week.
Last week.
On September 4th.
What happened in that visit?
Okay, the lady, when I opened my door, the lady identified herself and said that she was from the State Attorney General's office. And she said, I need to see Dorothy Turner. And I said, I'm she. And she said, well, I was told that you were deceased. The DPS reported you as being deceased. And at that time, I was very shocked, deceased. And then she told me it was in connection with voting and asked if she could come in. She had all of her identification. So I allowed her to come in. We sat down and we talked. And in the process of her talking, I saw that she had a copy of my most recent renewal of my driver's license, a blown-up picture about an 8x11. She also had a copy of my signature where I voted absentee with early voting mail-in with that signature when I voted in the primaries. I had to identify that as my signature. She also had a copy when I voted in the runoff. I had to verify that as being my signature. When we first started talking, I thought she had me confused with my sister because I had cared for her for almost 10 years and she died in my home. I gave her my sister's complete name, and she said, no ma'am, it's not your sister. I told her I have an ex-sister-in-law whose first name was Dorothy, but she no longer lives in the state of Texas. She hasn't lived here for many years. She said, no ma'am, you are the Dorothy. She was very polite. Then I asked her, is this going to interfere with my voting in November? And she said, no, it will not interfere. At that time, she also told me that she got lucky because she had to go through Harris County and do verification. There were verifications. There were people who were going to have to go way up north and do verifications. After she had recorded me identifying myself as being Dorothy Turner, listing my date of birth and my physical address, then she left my home. Later on, I called her, not that week, but later on, the more I thought about it, I called her and asked her, if I'm dead, where's my death certificate? Mm-hmm. And that's when she informed me that was one of the questions that they had when they were going to be sent out to do these verifications as to where are the death certificates for these people. And she was told that they didn't have any death certificates for us.
Now, she said something to you that gave you the indicator that you thought, or that she thought this may be politically motivated. What did she tell you as an investigator?
She said that maybe she didn't understand all the politics in Texas. I don't understand the politics in Texas. And she just left it at that, and that's when she told me about people had to go up north and verify.
What do you think that visit was about?
I think it was in reference to suppressing my vote. She didn't intimidate me, but it was disenfranchisement as far as I was concerned. If you intimidate me, maybe I will not show up to vote. As I say, she was very polite. I did not feel intimidated by the lady, but I'm sure that there might be senior citizens who would be intimidated if they received a visit from someone from the Attorney General's office who is wearing a gun and all of that and standing at your door and telling you they're coming to you because they need to verify that you are not deceased or that you are deceased and it's in connection with voting. I had not committed a fraud, and she was from the Criminal Investigations Division. To me, that's I had done something criminal and I had not committed a fraud in any way.
How did you walk away from that visit feeling?
At first I felt like this didn't happen to me. It was like it was a bad dream. And the more I thought about it, the more I guess I became angry because of the fact that I have always been a law-abiding citizen. I have always voted. And for someone to come to my home from the Criminal Investigations Division from the Attorney General, it's like I had done something that was truly, truly wrong, greatly wrong, because I don't think you send these people out with just minor things. And I had not even committed a minor crime, but for someone to come to my home like that, it made me angry. And then that's when I decided to call. I have to try to find out who really determined that I was deceased. I haven't been able to determine who determined that I was deceased, other than the lady told me that that DPS had said that I was deceased.
How do you feel hearing that someone considers you dead?
I feel like it's easy for someone to just wipe you off, discard your name when they choose, if they can get away with it. That's the way I feel about it. I feel like I know how my parents and other people went through trying to get the vote, and for someone to just be able to say, just put your name on a list and say, this person is deceased. I wonder what would have happened. Normally I go to an exercise class, but I'd had some health issues and I had not gone. What if I had not been here and she came and rang the doorbell and my husband didn't hear the door? What would have happened then? And if I had tried to go vote, what might have happened? I know that that the tax assessor is saying that he's not going to purge the rolls, but he's running into a lot of resistance to his choice. And what would have happened? Would she have left a card? Would she have left something saying that you need to contact us? Or would I have just been in total shock? When would I have found out that my vote didn't count? What if I voted early again and sent my information in and then it didn't count? There are just so many things that went across my mind, but to just say, you don't exist. You know, you're no longer a part of the people who make up this great planning, that someone can just put you on a list. And I was very concerned when I read the newspaper and they're saying that all the lists come from Social Security. I don't receive Social Security. I don't qualify to receive Social Security. So I'm wondering, I want to let people know that there are two lists out there. It's not just from Social Security. And I don't know how many people who have encountered what I encountered, but I got the impression that the lady was going to visit, the sergeant was going to visit more than just my home. So it's happening to other people, and it's not by letter.